Well, hello, everybody. Matt Rogers here, and it is time for another Rogers Reveals segment. And I'm really excited about today's reveal. It's actually quite fascinating to not only me, but for a lot of people that I've actually had the chance to talk to, telling them about this interview that I'm about to do. So, thanks for being here. Of course, this is all about bringing some awareness to you, the viewers, about other YouTubers and some of the different niches and things that people are out there doing, not just on YouTube, but in life in general. And so, with that being said, what I want to do is I want to bring in a guy that I've gotten a chance to know a little bit here, Bob Schumann. He is his YouTube channel, Bob's AdVanture. Bob, how you doing?
I am doing very, very good today.
Well, now as we look around your surroundings, Bob, it becomes quite obvious you're not in a house in a studio. You are indeed in a van.
Yes, I am in a van. It's a 95 E250. It used to be a Rainbow International carpet cleaning van at one point in time.
And now your van you actually named, if I got it right, Stan, correct?
Yeah. I named it Stan. Uh, it rhymes with van, so I thought it was easy, but it just seemed like a Stan to me. I've had Roger Eldorado, which was a Class C that I tried to get going on my channel before. And then we had Casper and then Princess the car. So that's where we're at right now.
Well, we got Chasing America who is here. Hi, Chasing America. Eating with Miss P is here. So good morning to you guys. So what I want to do, Bob, is we're going to get to know a little bit about what it's like to live in the van in just a little bit. But first of all, I think it's this is Rogers Reveals. It's an opportunity to get to know you a little bit and kind of get to know how we got to where we are now. So if you don't mind, give us a little bit of your story.
Okay. Well, I was a truck driver for 10 years. Um, so I'm used to living in a vehicle already. I've done that before and been in the kind of the nomadic lifestyle. Um, I became ill with I've had it my whole life, but it finally started affecting me, which is hereditary spastic parathesis, which affects my muscles and stuff like that, and causes me to do shaking and all that kind of stuff. Um, and I became really depressed and tried to end my life at some point. And I found YouTube and started doing videos, and that has helped me uh, become less depressed, become happier, and become more fulfilled. So I started my channel almost a year ago now. We're about 3 weeks away.
Mm.
Um, and it's grown, and I've gotten just a lot of people and friends that I wouldn't have necessarily met through YouTube. And I feel that it's the new, especially with the YouTubers that are coming out now, and you've probably seen it. People are putting a lot more production effort and music production, all kinds of stuff into their videos, and I think it's going to become the main entertainment source for people to watch shows and to learn and all that kind of stuff with. So
Well, so obviously, you were in a pretty dark place. It sounds like,
yeah,
Bob, at one point, and what got you? Because when I first encountered you here on YouTube, you were living in a house, and you have recently made the transition into full time van life. So, if you could talk me through what exactly is going on there and why you made this decision.
I made the decision because um, I eventually want to get a pick your own berry farm and have kind of like a little campground for my friends and stuff to come stay at. But in order to do that, disability only pays me so much. So I need to be able to, and I'm trying to do YouTube and other things to increase the income part. But one thing I can do to decrease the cost part is to um, stay in the van and save that money that I would spend on rent, put that away and save it for a down payment in order to get the piece of land. Once I'm on the land, well, I already have my house that I can roll out there onto it and start doing that process and
I see.
saving up to get a well and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So because I've never had the credit and all that kind of stuff my whole life, so I have to come up with another way to do it. And I figure me filming this whole process and showing people, they can also one day maybe buy a house that they want or whatever that they want. So for me, van life is a step towards a finish line, a ultimate goal, and not necessarily the goal itself.
It's a short-term sacrifice that you're making for hopefully, something down the line. I get
Yep,
that.
sacrifice the comforts for better future.
Now, apparently, this is a thing. I mean, this is not just Bob from Western Washington doing this. You're a part of you were telling me of a Facebook community that has thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah, I asked them questions too because I'm newer to it, so I asked them some questions about van life and stuff, so I could get more of a rounded answers to give you.
Yeah.
And the places I'm in 3 groups. There's more than that on Facebook, but the 3 groups I'm belong to, they have over 200,000 members.
Wow.
And one of the questions I asked them is well, why did you choose van life? A lot of the answers came back is the freedom of traveling, the variety of experiences, being minimalist, not having a bunch of stuff, not being tied to rent or mortgages or lease agreements. Somebody did it because they have student loans and a degree in finance, and they looked
Wow.
at the risk versus reward of not paying rent, and they decided to go on van life. And a lot of it is for either monetary issues that they have to move in or that they want to move in to save money.
Yeah, some of them are doing this by choice, not necessarily because they are trying to do what you're doing or what
Right.
have you. Some of the folks really that this is just the way they want to live their life, kind of free and on the go. And
Oh yeah.
by the way, Jelly Duck is here and telling you nice haircut. Which
Thank you,
that brings up a good point, Jelly Duck. Yeah, Bob, just a few days ago, I mean, you looked a lot different than you do right now.
Yes, yes. I had a full beard and hair. And the reason it's gone is the community that I'm part on YouTube, which is RVers. There's other channels too, but it's kind of like an RVer group. And I've known them since like September, October, a lot of them. And there's a guy in there named Jerry Hawley. That's the name of his channel as well. He's a firefighter. His wife has terminal cancer. And we all, the whole community got together and started raising money for him. And somebody started off saying, well, if you can raise 1,000, I'll cut my hair. 1,000 was gone almost immediately. Well, if you do another 1,000, my hair's gone. So my hair went when we got to $7,000.
Wow.
And as last that I heard, he's up to 8,000. And I think another channel raised $1,000 for him on their channel to send over too.
That is amazing.
And we're not even that big of a community. We're a bunch of smaller channels, and we just all came together to do it. I don't have that much money to give him, but I could do the hair and help get people to do it. So that's why that's all gone. And plus, I'm going to be talking to people now, and I gotta look a little bit scruffy if you want to go talk to people.
Well, hey, why don't we do this real quick before we get into some more questions? Is there a way? I know it looks like you've got your camera kind of set up on a tripod of some sort, but is there a way you could show us around a little bit, Bob?
Yeah, I can for sure do that. Here,
okay.
I got to unhook the power from the phone.
Sure,
but I do use my phone to film. Here's the tapestries. That's what I'm going to be using on my wall.
Nice.
Just recently put those up, and there's another one over here.
Oh yeah.
I have a twin bed set up right here. So there's a twin bed. And then if you look back, this is where I just was. I've got a computer desk and a chair set up there. So there's actually way more room in here than you would think. So
Wow.
yeah.
Now, how do you broadcast and do all of that stuff when it comes to, having the Wi-Fi or the cell phone service or what have you?
Um, it's cell phone service right now.
Okay.
Uh, the Wi-Fi doesn't really reach out here from the house,
Right.
but here's the outside. Got some hubcaps on there. You can see the
There it is,
tractor still on
Stan.
there from the van. Yep, there's Stan in all his glory there. And actually, uh, it's not out on the videos yet. Comes in a couple days, but um, there's an herb garden up front here.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. So,
Yeah. So we actually have some indoor herb garden that's going to be growing in here that
wow.
I don't think anybody else. I haven't seen anybody else's van be able to have those on there yet.
So now, Bob, do you Computer Chick is here. Chasing America says cool
Hey,
setup, and
computer chick.
Computer Chick says wishes she had a van right now. This news with the state of business of her company is not good. I'm sorry to hear that, Computer Chick. Hang in there. I mean, hopefully it'll turn around. Do you I mean, the van drives, obviously.
Yeah.
How much do you cruise around in it, Bob?
I'm not cruising around much now. I still need to get a tune-up on it and some tires because before I got it and started and got it running and able to move and all that stuff, it had been sitting for about 8 years and hasn't been
Oh,
ran.
yeah.
So I've got to do tires and all that kind of stuff on it to make sure that it's going to get me down the road safe. But I'll be going around here probably to like my sister's house and stuff close by, and getting some film there. And then August 29th, I'll be going to Squim because I have an interview with Paul Gauchi. He does Back to Eden Gardening. He's in Squim, Washington.
I've been to Squim. Yeah, it's cool out there on the coast.
Yep. And he's got like a huge film and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go out there and interview him, and that's kind of basically going to set off the trip all the way over to North Carolina.
To North Carolina.
Yep. I'm going over there for a meetup and then looping around and coming back.
Welcome to a virtual dinner party. Just tuning in here. We are talking with Bob, Bob's AdVanture. He is living full-time in his van, and we're learning a little bit about the van life. That's what they call it, right? It's the van life.
Yeah, they call it van life. There are people that are doing it that don't like the term van life.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, because they say, oh, well, it's Instagramming and all that kind of stuff. But I look at it like that's just a term that got coined for it, and it's popular, and that's what's going to stick. Yeah. So,
well, somebody's always going to be mad about something, I suppose.
Oh yeah.
Now I might have missed out on this, but what is bringing you to North Carolina eventually?
We have that group of people that I'm part of that we raise all that money for. We're having a meetup with all of our channels over in North Carolina.
Oh, that's great.
So I'm going to actually go meet all these people that I've been friends with and talking to and all that stuff all this time. Go meet them in person and all that kind of stuff. And then, maybe do some collaboration videos, who knows, but that's what the plan is, to go there. And I've got some interviews on the East Coast to do as well.
Wow, Bob, that is fantastic. I want to take a look at your channel here. I think I have this set up here to where we can take a peek at it. Let's see here. Here we go. Yep, Bob's AdVanture. So look at this. Now, I'm not that long ago, you just surpassed 500 subscribers. So you're pushing 600 subscribers, which means you're in touch with a lot of folks. I know it's exciting to see the growth there, Bob. But what are you most proud of with your channel?
I'm most proud. Oh man, I'm most proud that I've made videos that I've gotten comments, not even necessarily on the comment thing on YouTube, but they have people wrote me and said, this really affected me. That was really awesome. Thank you for this. So it's something that I didn't think was going to happen, and it makes me want to put out more videos and all that kind of stuff when I hear that what I'm doing is actually having an effect on people and all that kind of stuff. That's been the greatest thing probably since I started YouTube, is the ability to affect other people.
It is incredible the reach that you can have, and I know that you use that reach, and something that you're passionate about. You actually spoke about it a little bit earlier when you were in a dark place, Bob, and considered taking your own life. You recently did something to help others that are maybe going through that. If you could talk to us a little bit about that and your background with suicide.
Yeah, that's no problem. So I've been talking about the interviews, and that's what part of this is I've been affected by it from family members besides me trying myself. I've had family members that have committed suicide. I've had friends. And so instead of taking that pain and keeping it inside and trying to figure out all the reasons why, I'm taking all that pain and that energy and using it so that I can go to these people and places and tell these stories, because a story of a YouTuber, and you can go check them out. They're the Holler Homestead. I watched their videos, and them being able to achieve what they wanted to achieve and their personal story made me decide not to give up and to give life a try and maybe try things a different way than I thought they had to be done. And so I hope by sharing other people's stories, other YouTubers, other musicians, just other people in general, that maybe they'll come across a video and they'll see somebody talking and maybe they'll go, I'll give it another chance. I'm not going to give up. Let me try something else. And so that's really what the whole interview and the whole missions of going across the United States is. And it's to raise awareness, volunteers, and money for the Suicide Lifeline or Prevention Lifeline. They're a nonprofit company, and basically they're a place for somebody to call when they feel that they're out of options, and just to have somebody to talk to and not feel alone. Because that's the biggest part of it. I think a lot of people don't understand is it's the feeling of alone is what makes you want to end it. It's not necessarily anything else that's going on. It's that you feel alone in whatever pain that you're suffering at that moment, and that nobody else understands.
Well, I think I speak for all of us when I say we're certainly glad that you came across that channel, Bob, and made the decision that you did. And so basically, if anybody wants to talk to you, tell you their story, then they need to just reach out to you on your YouTube channel, and you're looking to interview them. Okay.
Yeah, leave a comment, and if you're interested, and I'll send you my email, and we'll get it set up. I had
Awesome.
I had an individual that's a copywriter, and he's been laid off and doesn't have a position, and he volunteered to help me do work.
Wow.
So he's been setting up interviews with radio stations, newspapers, the businesses, all that kind of stuff, and he's doing it because he wants to help with this this project as well. So it's way bigger and way bigger and way more involved than I thought it was going to be when I started it, which makes me feel really good because I know it's a good project if people are wanting to become involved.
Well, I think it's incredible. I really do, Bob. And I appreciate you sharing that with us, because I know oftentimes that's not something easy to talk about, but it really is. In fact, Chasing America saying very inspiring, and Jelly Duck, well done, Bob. Yeah, I agree. It's just it's remarkable, and I really hope this project of yours, catches hold and takes off. I think it's very cool. And virtual dinner parties on their way to checking out your channel too, by the way.
Nice.
So
nice. Yes, please do.
And that's the thing, is it just takes one person, the right person that comes along that can spearhead something like this and really make a difference. And, who knows, maybe somebody will watch this Rogers Reveal down the line sometime and hear what you're saying, and maybe it'll inspire them to to get in touch with you. But I want to get back to some fun stuff.
Okay.
But thank you for sharing that, Bob. So some of the questions, I know that some of you guys have questions for Bob. And I guess one of the main questions would be, Bob, I mean, how do you eat? Like what's the cooking setup there in the van?
Well, I don't have one currently,
Yeah.
but I plan on getting a Blackstone griddle. They're about 17 inches wide.
Yeah.
And once I have that, I now take away the need for a pan because I can cook straight on that and clean that. So I'll be using that to cook and clean. And for food, I'm probably going to go with a lot of freeze dried products. That way I don't have to worry about refrigeration as much.
Mm.
And they make a lot of different freeze dried stuff now, different food options. So it's not just like paste and stuff like that. It's actual food.
Right.
So that's going to be the cooking thing. And I have a sink they're actually just making it right now. It's a whole new product, but it's going to be a solar powered water pump filtration thing that has a sink thing on it as well. So
really, and that'll be in the van.
Yeah, it'll be in the van. Or I can take it outside, wash my hands, all that kind of stuff. It also has a shower attachment and a 12-volt heater, I guess. So we'll see when that comes out how that's going to be, but that'll be really interesting.
How cool is that? Wow. Okay. And then obviously the other big question, Bob, and I'm sure you get this all the time. What's the bathroom situation like there?
Well, the bathroom situation, I'm waiting on it to come in as well, but it's going to be, people do different things. Some people do a 5-gallon bucket with a liner.
Yeah.
The one I've got coming is going to be a porta potty. It's a little square. It's got a tank on the bottom, and you would dump that like you would like RV tanks.
Okay.
And then there's also another option that people use called a composting toilet. And this one, it has like a sawdust thing, and it composts the solids, and you have the liquids in a different area. So there's many different options. There's many different options that people use. I'm going with the porta potty one just because I know there's dump stations everywhere and all that stuff, and it's just easier to deal with for me. But lots of people do other things, and then probably attached onto that is, what do you do for showers as far as the bathroom goes?
Yeah.
And my plan on that is to actually join a gym like Anytime Fitness or something like that. And then when you're in the town or whatever, go in and use the shower facility and all that stuff. Can't right now because you're not open, but that's the plan as far as showers and stuff go.
That's actually a really good idea. You spend the, whatever it is, $20 a month or whatever they charge to have a membership. And then, that gives you access to not just the workout equipment, but the shower facilities and all of that. Huh.
Yep.
Well, that is actually really interesting. I guess I'd never even really heard of some of those options. So you've got it all figured out, it sounds like, man.
It's been a lot of watching YouTube videos on Vanlife and figuring out, I don't like the way that person does that, but I like the way that they do that.
Right.
And I think a lot of people get stuck on, especially if they watch a YouTuber, well, I have to do it the way they do it. No, but you can take ideas of what they do and use it.
Yes.
And it's a different lifestyle, but you have to be able to understand that it's not the same comfort level as a house, and you don't necessarily need the same items to accomplish the same task. You just have to think outside the box to be inside the box, inside the van box. You have to think outside of it to be in it, and have other comforts and stuff that you're normally used to.
Now, do you ever JJS Mix Vlog is here. How you doing? Thanks for being here, guys. We're talking with Bob of Bob's AdVanture, talking about van life. He has made the switch to live full-time in his van. Now, Chasing America says they have the toilet with the tank on it in their truck. It works fabulous. You just add bleach after each empty and you're golden. Yep. Virtual Dinner Party says the rec centers have a pass to just use the showers. You can check that in different cities if you're traveling.
I'll have to check that out.
So it might be cheaper than, say, the membership to use the equipment, but that is fascinating. Now, hey, thanks for liking and sharing, everybody. Yeah, and please, if you haven't already subscribed to Rants with Rogers and Bob's AdVanture, please do so. Check out each other's channels as well. Leave us a thumbs up here on this stream. Let's get it going. We got 7 people in here right now, and would love to see that get up into double digits. So share us out. But I was going to ask you, Bob, do you ever intentionally park it down by the river just so you can say I live in a van down by the river?
Not yet, but yes, I plan on parking it down there and taking the picture and say I live in a van down by the river for the meme for sure.
I
For
knew.
sure.
I mean, I've only known you for a couple months just through some of our live streams and stuff that we do on Thursday nights. But I could tell by your sense of humor that would be something you would
Oh
be.
yeah, oh yeah. Get the old what's his name? Chris. I think
Chris Farley.
Chris Farley. Yeah, Chris Farley. Get that all going. Yep.
Saturday Night Live shtick that he used to do.
Yep.
What has been the what has been the overall vibe you've been getting from some of your friends and maybe other family members if they're there? What do they think about all this?
Well, for me personally, they're not surprised because I've done stuff all my life that's not normal living type stuff.
Yeah.
So, most of them though are excited because they see a difference in my personality and a difference in my attitude since I'm doing it in conjunction with my YouTube. So a lot of my friends here though that I've been living with, roommates here, they've been surprised at how far and how fast I've been growing my channel.
Yeah.
Because I think they were thinking, oh, whatever. And I'm like, no, you guys don't understand. I've been whatever for a while with my channel. And I know I can see what's happening behind the scenes with numbers and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
That I know it's starting to go. And it makes me more excited to be in the van and share stuff because there's a lot of cool stuff that I know about that I know YouTubers haven't shown, just places and stuff that I drove by as a truck driver. And that was one of the hardest things about being a truck driver is that's a cool place. And that's what you're basically doing, just driving by. That's a cool place.
Yeah. Not being able to enjoy it. Yeah.
Right. And that part about being in a van where it's different than even an RV is I can pull into a parking space. Yeah. I can pull into a regular parking space, do whatever and pull out, or I can pull if it's late at night and I need a place to sleep, I can pull right along the side of a street, park for a few hours, go to sleep, and then get up and go the next morning before the business is even open. So that's one of the differences between the RV part even and vans.
Arizona Small Business Insider checking in. How you doing, Chip? We're talking to Bob. I know you know Bob. So if you have any questions, you guys, for Bob, there's got to be a lot of curiosity out there about this van life, about Bob, about his project that he's working on for suicide awareness, whatever. Bob's a gamer. He's willing to answer them, right, Bob?
I'll answer whatever you want.
Yeah, so don't be shy. What has been the hardest part about this process so far for you, Bob?
The hardest part, I would have to say, is the fact that it's not running well enough for me to drive around more and shoot stuff. That's been the hardest part. As far as moving in here goes, it's just not having the cooktop and the bathroom in here yet, so I have to go back and forth to the house. But
you have that luxury right now. You can still go do that. At some point, that's not going to be an option anymore. I assume. No. So yeah.
And that's one thing I wanted to say too is if you're planning on doing this, whether it be an RV or a van, take the time. Don't necessarily leave your house and sell everything and jump right into it. Try out in your yard for a little while and see if you like it, see if you can live with it. And then if you're going into the house a lot to do things or do this or do that, you got to start breaking that habit or realize that maybe this isn't the lifestyle for me because I need to have all this other stuff.
And that's actually I bet that helps a lot. Actually, that's a really good tip. It's like what people used to say about, and you don't see it as you see it more and more now, like living with somebody before you marry them. Make sure you know what you're getting into and that you're okay with it, kind of thing, right?
For sure, for sure. And that's the other thing and benefit about vans or RVs is when you do go to buy a house or you want to buy a property, you can go stay in that neighborhood for a little while and see what the neighbors are actually
Hmm.
like, see what the neighborhood's like, all that stuff before you put the money down to buy a house. So,
Now, do you run the risk when you do something like that of people thinking, okay, what's this, like creeper van doing hanging out in our neighborhood? Do you ever get any of that?
um, I don't, but I ask people, kind of along that lines, what the misconceptions that they hate,
Yes,
that
it's
people
great.
have for them.
Great question.
And one of them said that living in a van means that you're lawless, dirty, and suspicious. He hates people assuming that. Um, one person said, "I hate that people assume that I have no home, and that my dog is trapped in here. I have AC in my van; he's fine. Um, that we don't have a job. Lots of people have jobs online now that they do. They
Sure.
don't have to live in a place. That only young white guys do it. You'd be surprised at how many women are actually um, doing van life.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's very, very, very surprising, and I think it's fine for women to do, but it's just like a guy being around on the road is, and as a truck driver, I can tell you, it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl. You got to look at the situation that you're at and
Right.
put yourself in a situation where you don't have something that can happen to you. You don't want to go walking down a dark alley.
Right.
You know, something shouldn't happen to you, but don't put yourself in a position for something to happen. I
Yeah,
guess I should
I
say.
try to avoid dark alleys at all costs whenever I can.
Yeah.
Buckeye Kitty is here with her the little kitty
Oh,
whatever you
awesome.
call it there. That's very cool.
And
Um
and so I haven't had any assumptions yet, but
okay,
a lot of those apply to truck driving as well. It's just people
sure.
assuming certain things about people because either of movies or what they've seen somebody else do. And
Right.
the fact of the matter is, most people, especially in bands, you know, um, they a lot of them. I mean, mine's not going to be expensive, but some of them spent $50,000, $60,000 to build out a van. So
Wow.
you got to look at it
Really?
like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There are some people that have spent a lot of money on vans, and so you can't necessarily look at a person in a van as necessarily poor or anything else when there's all kinds of different people. Just like anything else, I guess in life, there's all levels of class. There's different races, different genders, everything that are in this. So,
It's the old
and
don't judge a book by its cover kind of thing,
right, right. And I will tell you, the community of people that are in bands, anybody that I've talked to has been very welcoming and
Cool.
all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely a good community.
Couple questions for you, Bob. Arizona, we kind of talked about what caused Bob to cut his hair and an epic beard that he had, but real quickly, if you want to just let him know, that'd be fine.
Yeah, my one of my friends here on YouTube, Jerry Holly, which is also the name of his channel. His wife has terminal cancer, and as we raised money for him, different people were cutting their hair off, and at 7,000, I said I would cut my hair and my beard off, and we reached 7,000, now 8,000, and like I said, I'm not sure what the total is now because he would know that, but we
Yeah.
raised a lot of money for him to help take care of stuff that like insurance and stuff they're not going to take care of, like the cost of gas to go back and forth to the
Right.
hospital and all that kind of stuff. So it was really great to see. It's not even, like I said, not even a big community, but a little community come together and do that for somebody.
Chasing America wants to know during your travels, will you stay at truck stops or find more rural scenic areas, Bob?
Ah, I will be doing both.
Ah,
I'm joined Harvest House, which is a program that different farms, businesses, restaurants, and stuff that allows people to stay overnight at their place. So I'll be using that, and I plan on going mostly on the back roads across the country. So I'll be going through a lot of rural areas
cool.
because I want to help those areas out too. Because there's a lot of cool things, and with everything that's going on right now, they could use the exposure to have people come when and be tourists there and visit their little cafes and shops and stuff. And I just know from driving truck all those years, there's a lot of awesome stuff in small towns in America that just never get
Oh, for
shown,
sure.
talked about.
I'm a small town guy, so I totally get that. What are you going to do, Bob? For I guess you are obviously going to be saving money, but things are still going to cost. So what do you do for money if you're basically on the road traveling? Will you stop and get odd jobs along the way, or is there some kind of source of income that you'll be able to tap into to make all this work? Because gas is it might be
Right.
cheap right now, but it's only a matter of time before it goes back up.
Right. I'm traveling at a very slow pace across the United States, but I have Social Security disability that I have coming in
Okay.
that gives me income coming in, and then as my channel grows, as I get support from that, eventually as I get hopefully get monetized one day, I'll
You
be
bet.
able to have that income come in to help pay for the gas and all that kind of stuff. And I recently got shirts up on a website as well.
Yeah, I'm
So
going to show those actually for you, Bob. I saw them on your Facebook page, and I'm going to bring that up. As I do, go ahead and continue to chat a little bit about that
okay,
because it's going to take me a second
well
to get to that.
the
But
the shirts, the logo that I have designed, it's on the front of the shirt, but as well as this my logo right now for my channel is by a guy called Toonstead. And the shirts that I have has my previous logo on the front, but on the back, my brother-in-law who did the graphic banner for my channel, and and the back of it says "Family," which is combination of van and family, because I like to do that
I
on my
like
channel,
that.
AdVanture. And so he designed the back of it, and it's a really cool little design. So I've got those up now with Bonfire, which is a local company there in Virginia.
I think
And
that's the
they,
one we're looking at here,
yep,
the
yep.
bonfire. Hmm.
And so you can go there. There's t-shirts, hoodies, kid sizes, women type, or not women type, but women styles, so shirts as well, the slim tees and all that kind of stuff.
And
So
what is the site, Bob? Where
it's
do I find that?
Bonfire, bonfire.com. And I misspelled Bob's Adventure. I forgot the last R in it. So it's TUE, Bob's Advance 2. Tuesday, I guess you call it. But there's the logo on the back
There it
there.
is. Yeah,
Yep.
I
And
like
so,
that family.
yeah. And the thing around it, actually, the little squares and stuff like that, that's based on the grill of my van.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Ha,
So
I
he
love
took
it.
that and did that. So if you need anything, he can create you logos and all that stuff. He's trying to start his graphic design business. So that's part of what I'm doing is trying to help, others
Sure.
start their stuff as well. So
And I know you also have looks like you have a Patreon account as well if people
yep.
want to help out. Ridge Mallory's here saying, "What up, Bob?"
Hey, Ridge. Nice to see you guys.
Buckeye Kitty said that Toonstead is an awesome guy, that he designed their logo as well. So
Yeah,
I'll have to check
he
that
does a
out.
great thing for community. He draws. He actually has a comic that gets syndicated out too.
Wow. Ridge
So
wants to know if you have running water in the van. You want to explain to him what you're planning on doing for all that kind of
yeah,
stuff?
yeah. I don't have running water, but I do. There's a company called GoSun, and I don't know if anybody in here has heard of them, but they make a oven that's a solar oven, and they have a product that's coming out that has a solar uh, powered battery pack that pumps water and filters it into a little sink. It's a
Wow.
collapsible sink. So I'll be able to put that in here. And then they have a heater attachment for it and a shower attachment for it. So if I'm out in the desert or whatever, I can throw up a shower tent and be able to
I'll be
shower out.
darned.
So there's a lot of stuff coming out, and eventually there will be a solar panel on the roof, and I'll have like a little Jackery power unit for power in here.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
Arizona wants to know, Arizona small business. Our buddy Chip, is Arizona on your route? And also, are you okay with him sending you an Arizona Cardinals sweatshirt?
Yes, I will. This one's kind of getting old, so I don't mind wearing Arizona Cardinals shirt,
Oh,
especially if you send it
really?
to me. Especially if
Oh,
you send it to me, I'll wear it. I'll
now
wear
if it
it.
was the
I still
49ers
love the
shirt, no
Seahawks.
way, right?
No, if it was 49ers, I would burn it. But if but a Cardinal shirt, I'll wear. We beat them all the time. That's no big deal. Um, And I will be coming through Arizona. I've got a few stops to make there, but it will be on my way back from North Carolina. So it'll be this winter, probably around January time. So definitely
Wow.
hit me up and I'll stop by and see you there.
That's smart. Take the southern route during the winter months.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yep. Come
a
back
good.
across. Go. I'm going to go out across the north, Montana, and then on down, and then come back across
Well,
Texas and south.
funny you just mentioned Montana. Ridge, who lives in Montana, was saying, "Have you been there before?" He lives. Ridge is in Montana. Ridge Mallory.
I was going to say when he was up here the other day, I actually used to. I think he lives close by where I used to deliver to, which was in Kalispell, Montana. There was a. I used to deliver asphalt seal coat for parking lots. So there was places over in Spokane that I delivered to, but there was one over in Kalispell, Montana, right by the Flathead. I think it's Flathead Indian Reservation. There's a beautiful lake that's right there that's
Oh,
fed by
it's
the
yeah, it's
Great
Flathead Lake.
Glacier National Park. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a beautiful lake. I love that lake.
It's incredible.
So
I think
yeah,
Ridge is in the Flathead Valley. So yeah, he probably is. Um, WeCat says hi to everybody. And let's see, he's got some I have WeCat stickers in case anybody needs some. There you go.
send one to me. We can just check my
WeCat
channel
is
description.
over.
My email's there. Email me and I'll put it on the back of the van with
Put
everybody
it on the,
else's.
yeah, are you gonna do the whole van sticker thing that
Yeah,
documents all the different channels and places?
I'm actually going to it. I'll show you what's on there right now. I'll
Oh,
pop
here we
out.
go. Oh, by the way, Ridge does live in Kalispell. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's my favorite town, probably in Montana. Is Kalispell.
it's beautiful. Buckeye Kitty says, "Go Patriots!" Ooh.
But here's all the channels. I mean, there's Jerry Holly's right there,
I'll be
uh,
darned.
and I've got all these. And I think I thought I had Buckeyes on here. I can't find theirs, but they're either sending one or they have one up here. But I've got just everybody's channels. Eventually, will be across the whole back here to cover up the windows to help block the light from coming out.
Well, Bob, I don't have any merch yet, but at some point, I'm hoping, if I ever, get monetized, that might be a way to celebrate is to come out with a merch line, and I'll make sure and hook you up if that's the case.
Oh yeah, if that's the case, man, I'll definitely I'll sport it and wear it and all that stuff. That's for sure. I support everybody that are my friends here on YouTube for sure.
Now, Buckeye Kitty, if you're born and raised in Massachusetts, I guess that being a Patriots fan is probably
Yeah,
okay,
you have
right?
no
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
I think when you're born, you get tattooed with the Patriot on your forehead.
Oh, and Computer Chicken. Oh no. Now, see, I'm a lifelong Redskins fan because when I was a wee little one, I lived in Washington State and knew nothing about Washington, D.C. So they were
Right.
the Washington Redskins. And I thought, well, that's my team, you know? And so I've been a Redskins fan ever since. And back then, in the late 80s, in the 80s and
They were
90s, they
pretty
were
good.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's
So
back when the what was their
Computer
line
Chick and
called? Like
I
the
are we're gonna have to talk because she's a big Cowboys fan apparently, and that's just not sitting well with me. As I'm sure being a Redskin fan is not sitting well with her. Um, McProsif Gaming is here. Yeah, live stream from the back of a van.
yeah.
McProsif, yeah, Bob is living in his van.
Yes.
He is a part of a movement. I don't know if you want to call it a movement. It's been a lifestyle for a long time, I suppose, probably since back into the
Back in the
60s. But
70s. Yeah,
yeah,
60s,
but it's
70s.
the van life, and there are a lot of people doing it. And
Yep.
so we're getting to know Bob a little bit and about his adventure that he is going, his AdVanture that he's going to be going on as he travels across the country,
Yep.
making videos. I'm really looking forward to some of because Bob, you're actually really a talented videographer and you put together great videos. So how much about that are you looking forward to as you travel and get to see new places and get to put together these little videos?
Well, I gotta tell you, it. I have so many ideas flowing through my head that I
Yeah.
want to do that that part's overwhelming, but I'm super excited. I mean, I'm, you know, instead of putting all my money in the bill, I put money in getting a light that I'm using here and a mic because I want to improve that quality.
Right.
So I'm constantly, and that's what I think a lot of people, especially if you're, want to do the video and all that stuff, a lot of people want to get everything at once.
Hmm.
And I think the best thing to do is wait until you outgrow the equipment that you have, till you go, I'd really like to do this, but it's not possible with what I have, before you make another step. Because then you have all that knowledge that you've gained from using less equipment that'll probably make having the better equipment even better when you
I
go
would
to shoot.
agree with that. Yeah, I would absolutely agree. And I got to tell you, the quality. Now I'm assuming you're using a phone, obviously, right?
Yep.
For your video, and you've got an external mic hooked up to your phone.
I've got right now. I'm using the headset because I've got to hear you, but I'll
Oh,
show
yeah,
you. I'll show you guys here. This is the LED that I have. Um,
it's
just
perfect.
how big of a difference it makes.
Yeah, huge.
And then here's a dead cat or shotgun mic.
And how do you
And
power it?
that shotgun mic is actually powered by the phone.
By the phone.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't require. Some require external power, and I was kind of trying to avoid that. Again, a van life thing. The less that I have that can go wrong or that I have to
Right.
recharge, the better.
How do you
Um,
charge the light, or what powers the light?
the light, it has a battery pack on it,
Okay.
and that will have to be AC recharged. The only reason why I got to get the Jackery, but it does have the ability to have another input on it. But the battery, it says, lasts on it about 2 hours, and
Okay.
then it's got all kinds of adjustments on it, and it was only about $50. But as you can see, it lights it up enough in here to where I don't have those dark spots, and
It
so that's
looks fantastic. Yeah, it
right.
really does. I got to tell you, it really does. And I mean, considering where you're at in a van, it's remarkable. And I can imagine that as you travel, not only will you be putting together videos that you've shot and edited and stuff, but you'll probably be doing some live broadcasts from various places too, right?
Yeah, every Monday at 8 a.m. Pacific, I go live.
Uh-huh.
So you can either come in and ask questions. I usually have music playing or
Yep.
whatever. And so I will be doing that as I go across the United States. My videos I have uploaded and scheduled and all that stuff. So those are going to go out no matter whether I have connection or not. But I'll always make sure on Monday I have connection. And you guys can come ask me about where I'm at, what's next, what videos are coming out. I show, like I said, I showed you the herb garden. Well, that video doesn't come out till Friday. And that's one thing I would suggest too, if you're a creator, especially if you're trying to make videos come out every day, get a big stockpile. So if you get sick or if you don't feel like doing something that day, it's fine because you already have a video that you've filmed and you can catch back up. But that's
Oh,
what I
I
would
see.
suggest
Yeah.
if you're
Have
going
them
to.
in the hopper, so to speak. So,
Mhm.
that you haven't posted yet. And if something does come up, you've got something in the can, I guess is what we used
Yeah,
to, we call it in the
in the
news
can.
business. Yeah. You
Yeah,
got it in the can, or in your
right.
case, in the van.
You're right. In
Maybe
the
you would
van, in the
say,
can. Yep.
you would say. Uh, yeah, the Cowboys are a football team. Unfortunately. But yeah, they are. And they usually kick the Redskins' butt, at least these days. And so, but we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about van life. And so, more questions for Bob, you guys. I'm going to continue this until we've run out of questions. I just really appreciate you doing this with me, Bob. I've been looking
Oh,
forward
no
to it.
problem. Me
And
too.
it really is, in a way. And I know this sounds really weird because I'm super fortunate. I'm super happy to have the life and the setup that I have. I have a house and a family and a good job and everything. But there's a certain aspect of what you're doing that I think all of us maybe feel a little envious of. Just the freedom of just going out there and seeing where the road and where the day takes you. There's something kind
Yeah.
of exciting about that, isn't there?
There is, especially because now when I get to travel, unlike driving a truck, I'm not told where to go and when I have to be
Yeah.
there. It's a huge, huge difference traveling. Um, and I think especially for people, and this might be just my thinking, but especially for people that are out west and have had ancestors out west for a while, there's something in your DNA that makes you want to go out and explore. Because something in your ancestors said, I don't want to live here on the East Coast where everything is. I want to go out west. I don't care if I got to rough it. I'd rather have a better life and go out west.
Right.
So I think there's something, especially in maybe just in the American spirit itself, to go explore.
Oh, look who just walked up. My wife, Erin, is here.
The better half is there.
Now, here, Aaron, I'll let you chat with Bob for just a second here so you can hear him. Now, we've already talked about some of the things we mentioned. He's explained how he's going about doing the kit, the food and the bathroom and all of that. But come on up here. What else you want to ask him?
Oh,
Yeah.
so your van there, it's how are you cooking? What are you eating?
What am I eating right now? I'm just cooking stuff in the house because I'm still at the house I'm at. But eventually, I plan on getting a Blackstone little griddle, about 17 inches wide, and that way I can cook everything on it without having an extra pan.
Okay.
So anything that you can do in van life that has multiple uses is a better purchase, even if it's a little more money, than something that only has one function. And I have a sink coming. I have all kinds of stuff going.
Oh my gosh. So what are you thinking of doing? Are you going to travel around? Is that what you guys already talked
we've been
about?
talking. He's gonna travel. He's actually meeting up with a group of fellow YouTubers, van lifers that are meeting up in North Carolina. They're gonna go this summer, and they're
gonna convoy.
Well, this one.
Well, you're meeting there, I think, right, Bob?
Yeah, we're meeting there in October, and it's at a campground in place that I guess is set up and built like the town of Mayberry.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, how fun.
Yep. So we're gonna go there, and then I'm coming back down south and back up to Washington to hopefully eventually buy some land up here.
Well, that's exciting. Make sure
and maybe over in Eastern Washington. I will.
AAA.
Guess where my wife works.
Emergency roadside service. Get your maps and tour books.
His van's name is Stan, and Stan is getting equipped for this journey, right?
Stan the man.
Yeah, Stan the van.
And his man.
Yeah.
Bob.
And man Bob, yeah. I got tune up and stuff like that to do, and tires and stuff to do before I go, but I will be getting like AAA and stuff to have when I go out there. That's definitely important to have, is to have.
Yes, it is, because you just never know.
Yep.
You could just do something as simple as locking your keys in the car.
Well,
It'll pay for itself just with that one time.
By the way, I was telling Bob that if he could swing by Spokane, I want to just go along for the ride, and I'll come back like sometime next winter.
That's a terrible idea. Bob, you don't want to live with him. Bob, listen to me.
Oh, I love it. It's not that she doesn't want me to go, Bob. It's that you don't want to live with me.
No, you don't want that hassle. Well, I would think though, if I had to take Matt though, I'd have to get like one of those, star trailers to haul behind, so he could have his makeup and his hair and all that stuff.
Wait, what did he say?
When we go to do interviews.
I can't hear him. What did he say?
Need a whole other trailer to haul behind for all your makeup.
Oh, okay, that's enough. Say goodbye to Bob here. Jeez. Now I'll have you know, Bob, that yes, I do have to wear a little bit of makeup every day for the newscast, but very little. I am not one of these, one of these guys.
Well, I understand for the lights. I mean, you can see on here when you get the bright lights, you start to get shiny. So it's a have to type thing, but I understand.
Right. I mean, it's not something that I want to do. It's something that I have to do. Right.
Right.
So. Well, man, I've really enjoyed this, Bob. And I just think what you're doing to try and help others out based upon some of the experiences you've had, just to kind of wrap this up, I think it's very noble. And I think that you are on a journey that is going to be life-changing. If you ask me, the experiences that you're going to encounter and the people that you're going to meet and hopefully some of the lives that you're going to change for the better, man, I'm rooting for you. I think it's fantastic. I think we all are.
It's already changed things, and I haven't even left yet. So it's just been amazing. I really appreciate you having me on here and all that stuff and showcasing my channel.
It's absolutely my pleasure, and we'll be excited to watch your journey, Bob. So I know we'll be chatting with you again before you. What's the target date for your trip?
I'll be setting off from Washington, from where I'm at in Washington on September 1st.
September 1st.
And then I'm going to go about 50 miles a day is what I average to go all the way to North Carolina. So I'll be coming through Spokane and all that. But that way I have enough time to film, do interviews, all that kind of stuff, and then not push myself too much traveling.
Well, you come through Spokane, you know what? A Dick's hamburger on me, my friend.
All right.
I'm sure you've had those before. We got one over here, and they're great.
I also like Zips out there in
Zips,
Spokane.
even better. Done.
Yeah.
Okay, you look me up, and we'll grab some lunch at Zips.
All right, we'll do. Thank you very much, sir.
Bob's AdVanture, everybody. Please check out his channel and show him some love. And Bob, we will look forward to seeing where this journey takes you, my friend.
Yes, thank you. I'll see you guys later.
All right. Thanks, Bob. Bye-bye. Wow. How cool was that? That was yeah, we did ask about the showers, Big Prosif. He actually, if I recall, is looking into getting some memberships to maybe like a gym membership or something that's relatively inexpensive that has showers, and you can do that. State parks and things like that as well. Buckeye Kitty, thank you so much for being here. That really was super cool. Jelly Duck, thank you as well. Getting to know Bob Schumer from Bob's AdVanture, and I think, folks, we're just starting to break the ice here with him. I think what he's going to be delivering us content-wise in the coming months, I can't wait. I really can't. I think it's going to be amazing. So support him because he's doing some great things for a lot of people. That's going to wrap it up for this week's edition of Rogers Reveals. Tune in next week to see who I'm revealing on Wednesday mornings. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 6:30 Pacific time for my wife, Erin, and I, who you just saw. We're going to be playing some games. Not sure what yet, but we will be doing that. Buckeye Kitty, yes, he is also on Facebook. Exactly. He sure is. It's Bob's AdVanture on Facebook as well. So check him out. McProseph, thanks for being here. Arizona, peace out to you. I'll hopefully see some of you guys tomorrow night. And also don't forget to be thinking about your rants. We debuted Rant Wars last night, and we had some good rants. I want more next Tuesday, and maybe I'll see some of you on Sunday for my video reviews as well. Lots of ways to connect with me. Please do so. I really appreciate it as I try to grow my channel as well, and I will see all of you soon. Have a great rest of the day. Bye.